I had always been drawn to places with history, places that carried the echoes of the past within their walls. One such place was the old Goldridge Mine, long abandoned and shrouded in mystery. Stories of riches, peril, and the spirits of miners who perished in tragic collapses were whispered among the locals. Intrigued and driven by a desire for adventure, I gathered a group of fellow explorers to uncover the secrets of the mine. The journey to Goldridge Mine began with a long drive through winding mountain roads. As we approached the site, the air grew colder, and an eerie silence fell over the landscape. The entrance to the mine was hidden by overgrown vegetation, a gaping maw in the side of the mountain. We set up our equipment and prepared to delve into the darkness. Stepping into the mine was like entering another world. The air was thick with dust, and the walls seemed to close in around us. Our flashlights pierced the darkness, revealing the remnants of the mine's former glory. Rusted tracks, abandoned carts, and forgotten tools littered the ground. The atmosphere was heavy with the weight of history, and we could almost hear the whispers of the past. As we ventured deeper, the sense of unease grew stronger. Strange noises echoed through the tunnels, and we felt an unseen presence watching us. It wasn't long before we encountered the first signs of trouble. A sudden gust of wind extinguished our lights, plunging us into complete darkness. Panic set in, but we managed to relight our torches and press on, determined to uncover the mine's secrets. The further we went, the more the mine seemed to come alive. Shadows danced on the walls, and we heard faint whispers that sent chills down our spines. We reached a cavern where the ceiling had collapsed long ago, leaving a gaping hole above. The air was thick with an unexplainable tension, and we realized we were not alone. Suddenly, the temperature dropped, and a cold, ghostly mist filled the cavern. Figures emerged from the shadows, their forms translucent and shimmering. They were the spirits of the miners, trapped in the mine since the collapse. Their faces were etched with pain and sorrow, and their eyes glowed with an otherworldly light. They moved towards us, their hands outstretched as if pleading for help. We tried to communicate with them, but their voices were a cacophony of despair and anger. They spoke of the greed that led to their deaths and the endless torment they endured. We realized that the mine was a prison for their souls, and they were desperate for release. But their desperation soon turned to rage, and they began to attack us, their ghostly forms passing through us and leaving us paralyzed with fear. We fled, but the spirits pursued us relentlessly. The tunnel seemed to twist and change, leading us deeper into the mine's labyrinthine depths. We stumbled upon an old chamber, its walls covered in ancient symbols and runes. In the center of the chamber lay a massive, ornate chest. We hoped it might hold the key to escaping the mine. As we approached the chest, the spirits surrounded us, their anger palpable. We opened the chest, revealing a cache of gold and precious gems, the fruits of the miners' labor. But there was also an ancient book, its pages filled with spells and incantations. We realized that the mine was cursed, and the book contained the means to break the curse and free the trapped souls. With trembling hands, I read the incantations aloud. The air crackled with energy, and the spirits began to wail. A blinding light filled the chamber, and the ground shook violently. The spirits were drawn towards the light, their forms dissolving into it. As the last spirit vanished, the light faded, and an eerie silence fell over the mine. We made our way back to the entrance, exhausted but relieved. As we emerged into the daylight, the weight of the mine's history lifted from our shoulders. The spirits were finally at peace, and we had survived to tell the tale. The experience had left an indelible mark on us, a reminder of the past power and the importance of respecting the history that haunts such places. We left Goldridge Mine with a newfound appreciation for life and a deep respect for those who had come before us. The adventure had been harrowing, but it had also been a journey of discovery and redemption. The mine's secrets were now part of our own story, a testament to the enduring spirit of exploration and the courage to face the unknown. As we descended the mountain and made our way back to civilization, the events of the mine replayed in my mind. I could still feel the chill of the spirits' touch and hear their anguished cries, but there was also a sense of peace, knowing that we had helped to free those tormented souls. The experience had bonded us in ways we could never have imagined, and we shared a silent understanding of the gravity of what we had encountered. In the days that followed, I couldn't shake the feeling that our journey had only just begun. The book we had discovered in the mine remained with me, its ancient spells and incantations, a constant reminder of the supernatural forces at play in our world. I spent hours poring over its pages, deciphering its cryptic texts and wondering what other secrets it might hold. One evening, as I sat by the fire reading the book, I felt a sudden presence in the room. The air grew cold, and a familiar, ghostly mist began to form. I looked up to see the figure of one of the miners standing before me, his expression one of gratitude and calm. He spoke softly, his voice echoing in the stillness. "Thank you," he said. "You have given us peace, but there are others who still suffer. The book you hold is a key, a guide to the places where we are trapped. Use it wisely, and you can help free more souls like us." With that, he faded into the mist, leaving me alone with the book and a renewed sense of purpose. I realized that our journey into the mine was not an isolated event, but part of a larger mission. There were other places, other souls, that needed our help, and I was determined to continue the work we had started. I gathered my friends and shared with them what I had learned. Together, we made a pact to use the knowledge from the book to seek out and free the trapped spirits in other haunted locations. Our adventures would take us to forgotten places, where history and the supernatural intertwined, and where our courage and resolve would be tested time and time again. The story of the Goldridge Mine was just the beginning. As we set out on our new mission, I felt a deep sense of connection to the past and a profound responsibility to honor the lives and sacrifices of those who had come before us. The journey would be long and fraught with danger, but we were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, driven by the knowledge that we were making a difference in the world, one haunted soul at a time.